got a tattoo and you've got to have a story. In this story, we've got incredible burial ink, followed by what you might consider X-rated wifey ink. After that, we've got some pretty cool dad-inspired ink. And finally, we've got the battle between crabs and lobsters.
Hey everyone, Katie Kaz here with Tat-Stories. I'm on the Ocean Beach Boardwalk with Ashley, and she's got some beautiful flowers behind her arm. Ashley, why don't you tell us a little bit about your tattoo?
Sure. So this tattoo right here, I actually spent a summer working in Yellowstone National Park. This is the Indian paintbrush. It's the Wyoming state flower, and my dorm was called the Paintbrush. So I spent a summer working at the Old Faithful Inn as a host, and I decided to get the Indian paintbrush after my dorm name.
That's beautiful. Are you a big outdoorsy person to begin with, like a hiker? You like nature?
Yeah, I am. I'm a full-time grad student now, so can't do it as much, but it's still in there, you know.
That's a really nice homage to kind of your time there in Yosemite. Where did you get your tattoo?
It's Yellowstone. So Yellowstone is Wyoming. So this is in Bozeman, Montana.
Okay. Any shout-outs for the shop or the artist that you'd like to say?
I don't remember.
That's okay. That only gets worse the more tattoos you get, too. You start to accrue them. And then you have an interesting kind of symbols over here on behind your arm there. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what those mean?
Okay, those I got with my best friend. It's a tree, a mountain, and a wave. We picked them out driving to the tattoo shop, so they just kind of mean like we're from San Diego, born and raised. They're just kind of like our little symbols that we got together. They're not as exciting as the Indian paintbrush, but they were fun. They were spur of the moment.
That's awesome. And now was that a San Diego tattoo shop that you got them?
It was in Oceanside, and I cannot remember the name. I honestly don't remember the name of any of the shops.
That's okay. It's the actual ink that's important, right? And so you have a wave on there, too. Are you a surfer? Do you enjoy the ocean?
I don't surf. I just like grow up by the beach. I go to the mountains. You know, in San Diego, you can get all three at the same time: the mountains, the beach, and the desert. So it's kind of like a tribute piece to, I guess, growing up here.
Yeah, absolutely. And how is that your most recent one, or how old were you when you got that?
20. This is my most recent one. I was 22, so 2 years ago.
So this one you had to think about it for a second. I thought you were going to say like under age 18. You'd have some explaining to do that way. And then you have one more, I understand?
Yeah, so I have one more on my rib cage. I'm not going to show it. It's kind of up high, but it's the coordinate points of where we spread my grandma's ashes in the ocean when she passed away. So it's a mile out to sea in Oceanside as well.
That's really beautiful. And are you the only one who has like a tattoo attributed to your grandma in your family, or anyone else?
My brother has a matching one as well.
That's awesome. So not only do you have a friend matching tattoo, but you have one with your sibling as well. That's really beautiful. Last question for you, Ashley. Any other plans for tattoos in the future that you have in mind?
I would like to get one of every place I've lived. So I worked a summer in Tahoe, so Nevada. And then I was born in Spokane, Washington, so maybe one for Washington. And that'd be it.
That's awesome. So you'll pretty much be a full atlas by the time you're done.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time, Ashley. This is Katie Kaz with Tat-Stories, and we're signing off. Hey everyone, Katie Kaz here with Tat-Stories in Ocean Beach. We have our friend Gerardo here with some pretty cool pieces on his arms. Gerardo, why don't you tell us a little bit about this tattoo? ¿Qué significa este tatuaje?
Was made for my kids, my children's. Here is their initials, and my wife on the bottom. And I like those colors, and it's like something personal. I really love it.
That's beautiful. Son hijos o hijas?
Hijos, my two sons and my daughter. So I want to keep them on my arm forever.
Very beautiful. I'm sure they're very proud of you with that tattoo. And where did you get this tattoo? What shop? ¿Cuál tienda?
I went to Mexico City. I don't remember the shop. I remember the guy's name, but if I go back, I know where to go. Where is it? But he did a really good job. I love it. I love the colors. I love all what he did. So.
It's very beautiful. I'm sure we'll get a close-up, too. Now, is there any significance with the anchor in there? Does that have a meaning?
No meaning. I just like to have it that and put my kids' initials and my wife. So that's all I concern it.
That's very endearing. So you kind of have them with you, so to speak, wherever you go?
Yeah, exactly. And I see this another guy, so that's why I want to copy and with those names on it.
I love it. That's very endearing. Very heartfelt tattoo. We're going to switch gears a little bit. What else you got on your left arm there, Gerardo?
This is my wife.
Hey now, don't show the kids that one.
Well, what is like 15 years ago, so it's like little bit changing on her. Yeah.
I love it. And what made you decide to do kind of the Viking motif?
I like Vikings, and I want to put in a body, good girl looking, and just I designed it, and I think it's nice. I like it.
Does your wife like it? That's the main question.
Yeah, she like it. She like it. The first she was pissed, but now she's okay.
Oh, she was pissed at first, and then she realized it was permanent, so there's nothing she can do.
Exactly. Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Last question. Did she have to pose for that tattoo as is, or did we use a little bit of our imagination when we drew that?
Yeah, just a little bit imagination when I do that. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you can tell there's not really big parts on it. You know, so yeah, just like that.
I mean, who needs a tattoo when you got the real thing at home, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Gerardo, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you coming out here and telling us a little bit about your ink. This is Katie Kaz with Tat-Stories, and we're signing off.
Thank you. Okay.
Baseball guy here, and I've got Joe. Joe, what's going on this sunny San Diego day?
It's a beautiful day. Just a beautiful day. Just out here enjoying it with my friends.
And your friends got to be enjoying your tattoos, man. You got some pretty awesome ink. Why don't you tell me about this first one, the true meaning of discipline? What's the statement behind that, and why you got that tattooed on your body?
So this is actually a piece it was a letter that my dad wrote to me before he passed away.
Oh my gosh.
And so the true meaning of discipline is not punishment, but that desire of teamwork and self-control that allows one to strive for perfection and accomplish greatness. So, yeah, I just wanted to get that. And then the last word here is actually in his handwriting.
Holy crap. Nice. The handwriting stuff I've seen quite a few now in the handwriting, and it still gives me chills when I see that. What's the rest of your family think about that one?
I think they like it. They all like it a lot, just especially the sentimental meaning behind it. Yeah.
Now, what's you got going on here on the other side where you got the triangle and some kind of crazy designs, and we got some numbers? What's going on here?
So it says Romans 3:23-24, and it's actually like a trinity of the Jesus fish right here. So I tried to make it into something sort of like a biohazard symbol. So, yeah, that's about it.
Can you quote the Romans verse for us?
Yeah, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and all are justified freely by his grace through the redemption that came by Christ Jesus.
Awesome. Praise Jesus, man. Joe, you got some flowers and stuff. What other stuff do you got going on here?
I got some dog tags. My dad and both my grandparents were in the service, so I got that. And then some roses just for an ex of mine. But, yeah.
And what are you going to do next?
I'm actually think I just finished law school, so I'm going to do something with like Lady Justice on my forearm. Just finish this out with the whole sleeve.
Are you going to be an attorney then?
I am. I wear long sleeves every day, though, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. And so that they won't see the tats. What kind of law are you practicing?
Environmental law.
Awesome. Dude, this guy's awesome. Jesus and the environment. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Awesome, man. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the day. Definitely amazing work here. And who's your artist?
It's a guy up in Chico named Chris Peplow. He works at Eye of Jade.
Okay. And then you had another artist that did your first work?
Yeah, and then my cousin has done some touch-up work for me, so I'm actually going to get the rest of the half sleeve from him in a couple weeks here.
Does he have a shop?
No, he actually just does it out of his garage, so totally unlegit, but he's done some good work.
Awesome. So if you know that garage and you know the secret password, you might be able to get in and get. He hooks you up, right?
Yeah, he hooks me up. I mean, I'm his cousin, but he's a nice guy. So.
Well, sweet. Well, Joe here. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, man. You have a great day. Baseball guy and Joe signing out.
Thanks.
Hey guys, Katie Kaz here with Tat-Stories. I'm here today with Nelson, who's got a serious sleeve of color. Nelson, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you got going on your left bicep here?
It's just typical underwater scene. It's kind of pre-existed the typical underwater scene story. It's my life, octopus, arms of struggle and going in different directions with your life. Underneath is the crab. He's fighting with the crab, conflicting with the I forget
The other creature in your portrait.
I forget the other fish.
No worries. So I understand, like, when you came up with the concept of this, it was before you could just Google an image and figure out what you wanted on your ink. So how did you kind of come up with the design for that? Did you work with your artist, or did you have someone draw it for you?
I'm from Southern California. I grew up surfing, amongst the Southern California lifestyle. Wasn't sure what I wanted, but I knew I wanted something that filled a lot of area. It wasn't so much about the meaning as just I wanted space. I wanted to fill up the space.
Absolutely. And is that your first tattoo, or do you have others before it?
My first tattoo was the back of my neck. It was a barcode.
Okay. And how much do you cost, if you don't mind me asking?
That's the kind of the story behind it. Is I'm for sale. Like everything else. Mm-hmm. It's my born on date. It's got my birthday on there. Okay. That was my first tattoo. Second tattoo was the quarter chastity sleeve, whatever, full shoulder, goes onto my back. It is what it is,
Yeah, and so this covers a lot of real estate from start to finish. How long did this tattoo take?
It was about 3 years, 3 to 4 years. I traded. I kind of paid up front, traded a lot of it for some woodworking. The artist was pretty, he was willing to negotiate.
Yeah, well, and I would imagine that's quite the project. After 3 years working with the same artist, you guys must have become kind of good friends, and he must have really, understood what you're looking for in your tattoo, how you wanted it to look.
Yeah, he's legit, man. He was at Chronic Tattoo to start with in PB on Garnett. He's Brent Hefner. He's now at Black Anvil in North Park, Adams Avenue. He's legit. Go see him. He's for real. He's been doing it for a long time.
Awesome. And we're happy to promote any artist on the channel, especially if they have ink like that. If anyone's looking for some beautiful underwater color pieces, Brent Hefner, you said?
Brent Hefner. He also did my Band-Aid. He's got the Band-Aid right there. That's I'm not a groupie. I'm a Band-Aid. So that's for real. That's legit.
I love it. And if there was any band in the world that you could be a Band-Aid for, which one would it be?
BLS, Black Label Society. Just saw him a couple of weeks ago. For real. Check him out, Black Label Society.
Love it. All right. And one last question for you, Nelson, before we let you go. Any future plans for tattoos? Are you trying to get this sleeve finished or anything in the works?
I might go back to Brent for I want to finish. I'm just going to fill it out. I figured out what I want to do with the rest of my life, and now I can afford to just finish the sleeve.
That's awesome. I fully respect that. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Nelson. This is Katie Kaz with Tat-Stories, and we're signing off.
If you like this video, hit the like button or make a comment. If you want to see more, tap our logo to subscribe. If you're looking for some Tat Story suggestions, here are a couple of things we think you'll like. Until next time, Tat Stories out.